What's up, chooms? Something weird is happening with Cyberpunk TCG. Stores are backing out, players are confused, and prices, they're all over the place. If you've been seeing cheaper boxes pop up and thinking, wait, did I just overpay? Yeah, you're not alone. Let's break down what's really going on because this could decide whether this game explodes or crashes. So here's where things get messy. GTS, the distributor, is basically saying, if you want Kickstarter product through them, you got to buy retail too. And not just a little. We're talking 50% supply requirements. So for example, you want 12 beta booster boxes? Cool. You now have to order 24 retail boxes minimum. Sorry, we got a little sniffles here. And by the way, when they say beta booster boxes, they don't mean the cool promo box that's in the Kickstarter. I don't know why, but they're just to make it really confusing. The beta booster boxes are just the Kickstarter booster boxes that have 36 packs. And I know this too because in the order sheet from GTS, it says beta booster box and then parentheses 36 packs. Yeah, absolutely crazy. So for a lot of local game stores, that's pretty much a hard no. Most shops don't have the capital to just throw around like that, especially on a brand new TCG. At that point, why not just go all in on the Kickstarter tier like Night City Legend and actually get value, right? So for $8,000, you would have got a sick promo card that's serialized. You could have slabbed it, displayed it in your store in like your little cyberpunk shrine, maybe have some cyberpunk trophies in the background. Like, how badass would that have been? And not only that, you got 6 uncut sheets of I believe the iconic rares. Those could probably sell for $600 to $1,000 on their own. We'll see, maybe $600 at the lowest. You also got the metal promo card, you got the Hanako card, yeah, and then all those promos. And you got a bunch of Kickstarter booster boxes of your own volition. You're not being forced to buy retail boxes. And it's not that the retail boxes are worse. It's just that they're kind of making you buy stuff. And some stores are even saying that they're being told by GTS they have to buy bundles. So you can see on the picture here, I don't want to show people's names or anything. And I'm not saying that this is true, right? This is just what a lot of stores have messaged me. This is what local game stores have told me. So you can see in this image here a bundle that is being offered to a store, and he's kind of like, nah bro, I'm good, I'm not really feeling it. And yeah, so for me, I talked to my local game stores, and almost all except for one store pass on ordering through GTS. And why? That's because they've all been burned before. I don't know about your guys' local game stores, but my local game store bought, or not local game store singular, but local game stores bought a lot of Star Wars Unlimited. So Star Wars Unlimited had a really huge launch, packed events, product was flying off shelves. You couldn't actually buy a booster box of the first set, and I'm not proud of it, but I paid the scalpers. I did it because I was excited. And after that first set, it was just dead. After set 1, we locally, at least from my data, might be different where you are, but we had no players, no demand. Product was just sitting on shelves. Straight up, set 2, not even lying. For locals who are listening to this, you can check the store's pages around the time of set 2 release. They were straight up selling below MSRP cases of the second set just to get their money back. Like, at least some of their money back, right? After taxes and fees and shipping, they probably lost money. So yeah, stores do not want to relive that. So now you're asking them to take on more risk just to get access to Kickstarter boxes? Yeah, that's not happening. Why would they buy that? Why would they buy 20 retail boxes just to get 10 Kickstarter boxes? They could just buy the Kickstarter boxes by themselves online. Now, how I can see this working is if a local game store actually had people who wanted the retail boxes, like they had a for sure pre-order, then that would make sense. Then I would order the 20 retail boxes and then get the 10 Kickstarter boxes, right? Because players who have not Kickstarted yet, they're probably looking at this and they're like, yeah, I kind of want those Kickstarter boxes. Like, why would I order all these retail boxes? And I'm not sure what the pricing is that GTS is offering. Like, maybe even though they're not forcing anyone, and I mean, no one can be forced to buy anything, but they're kind of strong-arming you to buy retail boxes. It might even be worth it still if the buy-in for a store on a Kickstarter box is like, I don't know, so it's like $120 maybe, right? And then maybe their buy-in on a retail box is like $95. So maybe they're just like, I'll just buy it. The buy-in's cheap, right? So, yeah. I had a lot of people messaging me about this, so I don't know if it's true or not, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So let's talk about the other thing confusing players, not just stores. Players, since we're talking about retail boxes. The retail pre-orders. So, as you can see on screen, we got sites like Game Nerds dropping their Cyberpunk retail boxes, and people lost it. I had locals literally messaging me while I'm at work. Dude, did we just get scammed? Why are these boxes so cheap? Or, like, why? Yeah, what is happening? Why are there only 24 packs in this booster box when the Kickstarter had 36? What is happening? And here's the truth. They're not the same product. This goes to show how many people just got FOMO or hopped on the coal train, baby. They hopped on that hype train, and they're not even understanding what they're buying. So, in case you didn't know, I mean, I don't want to sound rude, but in case you didn't know, there is a difference between the retail box, which has 24 packs that stores will sell at your LGS, and the Kickstarter box. So the Kickstarter box has 36 packs, while the retail box has 24 packs. The same cards are in both, except each has mutually exclusive alternate arts. Okay, so the difference in pack number, that alone explains the huge chunk in price difference. But also they each have their own unique alternate arts. Besides the alternate arts, the same cards are in both boxes. So retail has its own 31 alternate art iconic rares, while Kickstarter also has exactly their own unique set of 31 iconic rares, which is actually a good thing, because I actually think that makes there a reason to open both. So if you were trying to collect the set, I would order, I don't know, I mean, if you had the money and you really like Cyberpunk like me, you would maybe order 10 Kickstarter boxes and 10 retail boxes. So, yeah, but there's people, so check this out. Let's see if this happens or not. Because there's so much supply of Kickstarter boxes, there's like over 27 million in funding on the Kickstarter. And because there's so many LGSs that are not buying in on the retail boxes, I actually think the retail box might be the one to increase in price and be worth it. You know what I mean? Supply and demand. So if you are a collector, it actually might be harder to get the iconic rares from the retail boxes because there's such a huge supply. If you watch my other video, I actually think the $179 retail price for the Kickstarter boxes, that's not going to stay. I think it's actually going to drop because there's a lot of players who are going to be selling their Kickstarter boxes, and I don't want to go into it, and I cover that in another video, so I'll link it at the end of this video. You guys can watch that if you guys want to. But yeah, so let's break this down real quick. So the retail boxes, At Game Nerds, which is the cheapest one I've seen so far, is $108. So 108 divided by 24 packs, that's $4.50 per pack. Kickstarter boxes, MSRP $179 a box. That comes out to $4.99 per pack. So that's 99 cents extra. That's not a massive price gap like people think. What people just see the final price and think it's huge, but when you look at price per pack, it's generally not that bad. And the real value from Kickstarter is all the extras. It's all the promos, the dice, the accessories, all those stretch goals. Those can pretty much, depending on how you value them, bring your effective box price to $130 to $140 each. And like I said, that's depending on how you value everything. And if you went big with something like Night City Legend, hint, hint stores, it's not too late if you want to go that route, you're looking probably around $80 to $90 per box, or even less. Those pledges come with 6 uncut sheets of iconic rares, plus the playmats. You got that beta box that has the promos. Like all that stuff kind of lowers the price per box by a lot. So if you were a store, might be worth it to just get the Night City Legend. But that's just my opinion. So what's the takeaway here? I think you guys just need to relax. There's no scam. There's no price crash before the Kickstarter late pledge is even closed. Retail and Kickstarter boxes, they're just different lanes. Retail is a nice entry point, nice, cool alternate arts. It's low risk. Kickstarter is max value, exclusives, long-term upsides, and if you're like me, you just look like a tard because you just dropped $8,000 on some cardboard crack. Let's go. If anything, Kickstarter still gives you the best bang for your buck, but that's just my opinion, right? So the real question is, will players actually stick around after release? Because that's what decides everything. Not pack prices, not promos, not even distributor drama. If the community shows up, the game survives. If not, well, we've seen how that story ends. So I want to hear from you guys. Are you guys buying retail and just skipping Kickstarter completely? Are you all in on Kickstarter like me, and you're just a cyber psycho all in to become a Night City Legend? Or are you just sitting this one out completely? Drop it in the comments. And if you want real talk breakdowns like this, no fluff, no hype, hit that subscribe button because we're watching this one very closely. And trust me, this ain't over, chooms.